Welcome to Brooks Stadium, and a unique environment in college football because when you see the teal field, you know the Chanticleers aren't far behind. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the Georgia Southern Eagles, taking on another team from the Sun Belt, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Chanticleers will get us started with the opening kickoff. Let's see what he can do with the return. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Eagles offense will get the first swing of the game. And as we look out on the field, here comes the man who makes it all go, and that's this quarterback.
Yeah, and he's big time. That's why he's up for all these awards. He's known. Everybody knows exactly what he brings to the table. He can run it. He can throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Georgia Southern in a hurry. Back to throw, it's French. Finds his tight end. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Third down, and they'll need 2 on this initial drive of the game. To the ground to try to pick up the first. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. The Eagles getting set on 1st and 10. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get this guy running the football and keep this defense on their heels.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
From the 22 on 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. Back to throw, it's French. Got his man on the right. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. Now on 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. 3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Pushes ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Eagles!
Well, your opponent can't beat you if you don't give them the football, and they were able to possess it throughout the entire first quarter, and they finally cap it off with that impressive rushing touchdown.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Chanticleers offense will try to get something going with their first possession. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead.
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
College football becomes more and more every year, more nickel, more dime packages, more speed on the field. So no matter what you do, I got a guy that can go chase down your quarterback in any situation, and you can see it right there. DB came flying in there, gets the first sack of the game.
And they are looking for a ball play that'll work, now facing 2nd and long from the 19. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And the defense wrestles him to the ground. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to throw, it's Basco. He's got his man. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And that's another Chanticleer.
Looking to move it through the air. He tries to take the top off. He's got it on the left. Afterburner's coming. Touchdown, Coastal! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
Lining up for the PAT.
On for the extra point.
And it's up and good. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes courtesy of the big play, covering 61 yards on the touchdown pass. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle, it's Burgess. All the way out to the 37-yard line, it's a gain of 15. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. He's looking to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Cobb. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Trying to find his man on 1st down. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. To the air, it's French. He's moving out of the pocket. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Georgia Southern.
He's going to pass. Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. The hurry up now, 2nd down, clock ticking. Got to save every precious second, and the spike stops the clock. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Shotgun snap on 3rd down. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. And with that, they've taken the lead.
I'll tell you, man, this kid has NFL-type leg strength. He just booted that into the wind, and that was no problem.
That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. So the offense has had enough. They'll take a knee and wrap up this first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, tough to beat the pageantry and tradition there in Conway. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen in panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Brooks Stadium.
Second half all teed up, and Georgia Southern will start it with the kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Coastal Carolina takes over, and here comes the offense. Starting this third quarter on the ground. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring.
And the pass is intercepted. Looking for more room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Eagles.
Georgia Southern.
Really nice drive by this offense. This is a top 10 defense. This is a challenge. They're going to make everything difficult. So when you can make some plays against this defense, you got to absolutely take advantage, create some momentum for your squad. Nice drive by this offense.
On to attempt the try.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Ohio State is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winners like Eddie George and Archie Griffin in the pantheon of greats in Columbus. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Indiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Got it in the middle, it's Bennett. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. He'll pull it on the read. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter. Georgia Southern has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. To the air, it's Basco. Throws for the tight end. He's got an open man. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. A big gain there as they did a tremendous job working the middle of the field.
Yeah, and if you're going to complete that throw, Reese, quarterbacks have got to play with anticipation. You've got to get it out of your hands early and give your receiver an opportunity before the defense gets to the ball.
The shot that clears wants to crank the tempo. He wants to pass it on second down. Fires the pass, intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The give to the tailback. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. He'll keep it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Coming after him. Grabbed in the middle. It's Washington. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. He wants to throw. Getting some heat. Zings it complete to the right. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. Finds his big tight end. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Another shot to clear.
He wants to throw it again. Looking for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. Second down after that incompletion. Looking downfield, it's Vasco. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He got it.
Well, they make the kick. They're now within a possession, but they don't have any timeouts left. So you're expecting them to come out here in an onside formation. And let's see what happens. This is going right down to the wire.
Just over 50 seconds to go. They're trying to pull off a comeback, and they'll need to get this onside kick to do it. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. You're going to hear guys after this game say, got to work harder, got to be more intense. You know, sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. And it seemed to me that's what happened out there today.
Yeah, just never really got into a rhythm for this team. There's no doubt they've got a lot of very talented players on both sides of the ball. So, David, I don't think this is a situation where they need to now freak out and try to reinvent things on either side of the football. Just being in better rhythm early and trying to find that in their next game, I think would go a long way.
Yeah, and it's just finding a couple of those plays. What do I do really, really well? Let's continue to build on that. Let's take away these negative plays.